Here are a couple quick examples of using the HTML macro for Confluence Cloud in Confluence. So the first thing we're going to do is create a form. Let's go ahead and insert our HTML macro, which will appear once you've installed it as an add-on. So what we're going to do is switch over to the third-party website called Wufoo, which is good for creating forms. And I have just a sample form set up here. When I click Save Form, it lets me share it, which is what we're going to do here. And we're going to embed the form. Now we can embed it a couple ways, with JavaScript or as an iframe. First, let's do it as an iframe. Go ahead and just paste that code in, click Save. Now the page will render and the form is inserted. So users can make choices and submit the form. And there it is, right in Confluence. Now, secondly, let's go ahead and do it as JavaScript. So now what we're going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and delete this existing iframe code. And now we're going to insert the JavaScript. However, in this case, we need to edit the macro and unclick the sanitize option. What does sanitizing do? Well, we've gone to some length to make sure that this macro is safe within Confluence Cloud. So it's described here in our documentation, but essentially we create a double iframe. The danger is that if someone doesn't do this, then JavaScript could make calls back to the parent window, i.e. Confluence, as the existing user, which is what we don't want. But when we click unsanitize, a double iframe is created to insulate the parent frame from that window. And as we can see here, our form is again rendered, but this time using JavaScript. Now let's go through one more real quick example. Let's go ahead and insert a Google Calendar directly into our page. For this, we can just switch over to Google, find the calendar we want, and then there's this code to embed a calendar as an iframe again directly into a web page, and in our case, into our HTML macro. Let's do that. We've got our form on top, but the calendar will render here at the bottom of the page. So, hope you found this useful. Thanks for listening.